Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm sharing with you a nursery name wood sign that I made for my daughter's room. This is actually a really simple project. I started it before she came. You can see my pregnant belly here, and I was able to finish it after she got here. I started off by purchasing one of these wood rounds from Home Depot. They have a couple different sizes. I think this one was about $12, which is pretty affordable. You can get ones similar at Hobby Lobby, maybe Michael's, I'm not 100% sure, but they're usually a little bit more expensive there and not always solid wood. And it did start off pretty smooth, but I went over with a fine grit sandpaper just to make sure it was as smooth as it could be. After giving it a nice sand and wipe down, I went in with my Flagstone Stain by Varathane. Once my stain was dry and cured, I went in with my polyacrylic. It is a satin finish. You could also do a matte finish, but I do this step before any of my stenciling to get nice crisp lines, and I'll show you the next step that's also very important to get those super crisp lines. So moving on to making my stencil, I am using my Cricut with Stencil vinyl. If you don't have a Cricut, there are some other ways out there on YouTube on how to get a similar look for your wood sign. If you are using a Cricut and you don't use transfer tape, you should definitely try transfer tape out. This is how you apply your stencil and get all those little pieces in the exact right spot that they're supposed to be without any difficulty. And I seem to have forgotten to show you the portion where I'm actually applying the vinyl. Peel the back off, stick it down where you need it, and then you peel the transfer tape back off. I always peel back really slowly, making sure all of my vinyl is stuck down where I need it to be as I go along, instead of just ripping it all off at once. Then I like to add masking tape. This is actually washi tape, just around the edges, so when I'm painting I don't have any bleeding or get any on areas that I don't want the paint to be. The next most important step is going back through with that clear polyacrylic and going over in every direction over the parts that I'm going to paint. The reason I do this is so that that polyacrylic seeps into the little edges, and since there was already a layer of polyacrylic, it basically seals off those edges so that when I add my paint, it does not seep under any little possible edges that it excuse the baby in the background. She is sitting here next to me while I'm recording this video. Next, I'm going to add a couple layers of paint depending on how much coverage I want, and my absolute favorite way to apply the paint on these types of signs is with little makeup sponges, those little nice foamy makeup sponges. I just bought a huge pack from Amazon. Now for the best part, some people do this when the paint is still wet. I actually do it when the paint is dry, but peeling back that stencil with those nice crisp lines is my favorite part, and it is so satisfying. And I go in with my little tool for the Cricut to get all those little pieces in between the letters up. And to finish off, I'm going to seal it one more time with one more layer of the polyacrylic. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope this gives you another option for a cute nursery sign, because some of those ones on like Etsy are really beautiful but very expensive, and this is a much more affordable way to get a similar look. And last but certainly not least is to hang it. I just used 2 small screws and tied framing wire or like hanging wire around those screws. And then I will just hang it up on a wall with an anchor.